Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be a new vaping channel for you guys. It's going to be called Vapor Pressure, and today we're doing a review on the Mutation X V4S by Indulgence. So yeah guys, the way I'm going to do this review is I'm going to take a couple hits on it, show you guys the vapor production that it kicks out, and then we're going to go up close, show you guys the goodies, the post design on this thing, and a few other things up close, and then we're going to bring it back FaceTime, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more. But first, let's take a quick little vape on it so you guys can see the vapor production it gives off. As you guys can see, vapor production great, and I'm really loving this RDA. It has come to be probably one of my favorite RDAs of 2016 so far. The flavor's great because of the bottom airflow design and then the top airflow as well. I keep the top a little bit closed off because the bottom airflow gives off kick-ass flavor. Really, really good flavor. So yeah, let's go up close guys, and we'll check this thing out up close. Alright guys, so here we have the box for the V4S. As you can see, it's a nice slick box. We have the Indulgence symbol, we have the airflow design, that's what the airflow design looks like. V4S Mutation X 2-post RDA with the classical 9 airflow holes on both sides. We have the Indulgence symbol. On the back here, we just have a little look at the drip tip. It has kind of like the basics of it. Here's an authentication scratch and what the kit contains. So now we're gonna open up from the top here. We have this nice little pull tab. When we pull that out, the first thing we're gonna see is this qualified card right there. You can take a quick look at that. Let's see if it'll focus. There's that. And we're gonna pull out a couple of things here. It comes with a lot of really cool goodies in this kit. It comes with the Mutation X, the wide bore Delrin drip tip, really nice, heat resistant, keeps your mouth cool, doesn't burn your lips. A 510 drip tip adapter, a polycarbonate cooling chamber, which is a really cool little thing. I don't really like the look of it, but I'll show you what that is anyways. A cool thing to add in. 1 Allen key, 4 silicone bottom airflow plugs for the bottom airflow if you're not into using that. 4 spare O-rings and 8 Allen screws for the posts there, the velocity style posts. Right here we have the polycarbonate cooling chamber. It's a little attachment piece that you can add on to your RDA. It's a really cool little design. Not that I like the look of it. I like the sleek look that it already has, but I mean, if you want a cooler vape, you can use that right there. We go into this little side compartment right here. The Allen key's already out because I did use it already. Let's pull it out. There's the Allen key that it does come with, which is good because it is a weird size. And then in our little bag of goodies is where we have the Allen screws, the little silicone plugs for the bottom airflow, and your O-rings and stuff. And the Allen screws don't come pre-installed, so you do have to install them yourself. Not a big deal, but you are going to have 4 extra in the end, just in case they strip or you lose them. We go back to the top here, and we can get the 510 adapter right there. That screws in, and you can use any regular 510 drip tip that you want to use. I don't really use the drip tip because I do like a lot of airflow. Not really focusing there. And then we'll move this stuff aside, and then we get to the big main part of the box. You have your Mutation X V4S with a really cool engraved right there. It's nicely engraved. I have it in black. I like the black look. As you can see, it is a conical, is what you call it. A conical drip tip. Delrin right there pops out. You have your 9 airflow holes on this side, and then your 9 airflow holes on that side, and then you have the bottom airflow right there. So yeah, really, really nice. Let's get up close and let's detach this thing, take it apart, and show you guys all the different parts. Alright guys, a few specs real quick. It is 42.5 millimeters in height, 22 millimeters on the bottom, 22 millimeter device, and the width is 43.2, I believe it is. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, it's a really sleek looking device. We're going to take it apart. This top part comes off. Very sharp airflow holes. It is for single or dual. Then you take this part off. That's your just regular cap. Then you go in and you have your velocity style deck. Let's see if this thing will focus a little bit better. A little bit of difficulties focusing there. There we go, nice and focused. As you can see, you've got your 3 air holes there, 3 air holes up there. Turn it around. Same idea, 3 air holes there, 3 holes there. Wicking it, since it is already wicked, I don't really feel the need to take it apart. I mean, if you go look at velocities, it's the same deck. You see the idea. You've got the Allen keys on that side, Allen keys on that side. You unscrew those, and then get this focused again, and then obviously you just put it in there. I will show a build in here later on that you guys can check out, but as you can see, very, very simple device. Actually, in this video, I'll show you guys how to build on it too, just so you guys get an idea. But as you can see, for wicking it, you're going to want to wick around in the deep juice well. That way you do not drip down and have leakage at the bottom, but that's not really been a problem for me. As long as you drip it right, you will not have a problem. But as you can see, really nice sleek device, barely any machine oil. Actually none at all. Very nice screws. The only problem I do have with this device is the screws for the polycarbonate adapter here. The only thing this thing really does is give you cooler vape and less spit back, which you don't get any spit back in the first place. But I'll put that on right now just so you guys can see what it looks like. Put this polycarbonate piece on there. It is kind of a pain in the ass. You are gonna have to, let me get a paper towel here, it makes it a little bit easier. You have to unscrew this top piece. As you can see, this is another reason I don't, gotta be careful of these two, really sharp. You've really gotta unscrew this piece right here. Yeah, here it's coming off now. Like that. That piece comes off. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this piece right here and you are gonna have to screw it. And actually, for the review, of course it goes on perfectly fine, but normally it takes a couple times. And then you take this piece back here and you screw this piece on. Yeah, this one's not going on too well, but you get the idea. And then you put this on here like that, and that's what it's gonna look like with the polycarbonate attachment on there. As you can see, it makes it a little bit taller, a little bit wonky. Don't like it too much, and as well, this drip tip does pop out. The nice Delrin drip tip, really in love with the drip tip. Fits in your mouth really, really nice because of the conical shape. But as you can see, that's what it looks like with the piece on there. Don't like it too much, so we're gonna take it off. And actually, basically that's all we got right now. Like I showed you, we've got top piece comes off, this piece comes off. And you've got your 3 O-rings here, no leakage whatsoever. And you've also actually got an O-ring on top of this piece that hooks in screw and O-ring. And then we've got our velocity style deck on there, 2-post design, really easy to build on. Bring it back and I'll actually show you guys a quick little macro build on here so you guys can, I'll show you guys how to wick it up, all that good stuff. That way you guys don't have any leaking issues, and I'll show you how to drip it as well. So let's bring it back and we'll do a quick little build on it. But as you can see, we've got a nice 6-rep 24 gauge Canthal dual coil in there, and it's a macro. It's really kicking vapor. I really like it for this device. The only problem I have with it, a little con, is it's 2mm holes in there. So I'm not sure yet. I haven't put a fuse clapped in there. I'm not exactly sure if it's gonna fit. We'll test it out. But with my understandings and the way it looks, fuse clapped in may have trouble in there. So this is more of just a really simple deck design. You can fit regular Claptons in there, but yeah, there you go. A quick little review there, or close up. I mean, right there, wicking everything. I do have this Scottish roll wicking in there, really liking that. 3 little pieces here, 4 little pieces, just a bunch of stuff. So we'll bring it back and we'll do a quick little coil build on here, you guys, so I can show you how to build the coil, or not build the coil exactly, but mainly show you guys how to wick it, and I'll show you guys how I put my coils in there. Let's get to that. I did take out the coils I had in there. Now that you guys can get a nice up close view of the deep juice well there and the velocity style deck. Actually decent sized 2mm holes there. Not sure if it'll fit fused Clapton and other bigger builds, but it can fit Clapton and regular, any type of coil build you want to do. That's just really easy and stuff. Right there we go. Alright, so there's just an up close view. As you can see, very deep juice well, which is necessary for that bottom airflow. There's the bottom airflow right there. There we go. Alright guys, let's build a coil real quick. And for the purpose of this review, we're just going to do a really quick build. We're going to do a dual coil. I'll just show you how to build the one I'm going to do and then how to put one in, and then I'll put the other one in and show you guys how vapes bring back to FaceTime, go over the pros and cons, and end up this review. So yeah, let's build the coils real quick. Guys, for the purpose of this review, we're just going to be using the little Coil Master tool jig here. Normally I'd wrap it with my hands, but I want to make this go a little bit faster. But this kit right here is actually amazing. It's the V2. I'll do a full review on it, but it is by far the best kit I've ever seen, and it has everything to get you started on building a coil. So let's move that aside real quick. What I did was I cut off a small little piece of some 24 gauge Kanthal right here, and I have the 30 size little piece right there, and all I got to do is you're going to push this piece all the way through this little hole here. All the way through until you have the size of one lead. Okay, there's the size of one lead. Look at this thing. Since I have the 30 size on there, we'll take the 30, start it a tad bit like that, just move it. You're going to push this piece down, we're going to do 6 wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. Look at how easy that is, guys. Look at how tightly wrapped those are. So what we do is we take that piece off, pull this piece off here, and you have a perfectly 6 wrap macro coil, single one right there. What I like to do with this kit is sometimes it'll get a little wonky, so I'll pull out the pliers that it does come with. Let me get those out real quick, and I will just see how this piece right here is a little bit bent. I'll just bend that piece over really simply like that, and there we go, literally perfect. Alright, so we'll get the deck going and I'll show you guys how to insert this. Then I'll do the other one off camera and I'll show you how it vapes. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to insert this 6 wrap 24 gauge coil Kanthal, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the bottom 2 posts. So we're going to go 1 and 2, as you can see in the bottom 2. And what I like to do is push it, get it centered, and I like to center it right over those bottom airflow holes, okay? And with this 24 gauge, you're not going to want to tighten it too much. Sorry for that off camera there, I had to grab this. With that 24 gauge Kanthal, get that, you're not going to want to tighten it too much. 22 gauge, you can do a little more, but you don't want to snap your Kanthal. So you're just going to get it tight enough. Basically, when it becomes like, there we go, that's tight enough right there. You don't need it too tight, especially with these velocity style decks. It is tightly on there once it's, there we go. Once you have your other lead where you want it in there, you're going to tighten that one down, sorry, but all I'm doing is tightening it down. There we go, it's tight enough. So what I do now, as you can see, it's kind of low. We're going to take it, we're going to pull it up just like that. It's right above those bottom airflow holes, just like how I want it. We're going to move that again, and we're going to tighten it. This one a little more, just because I saw some movement. There we go. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn on that Liissimo. It's at a 0.45 right now. I'm going to bring it down. It's at 60 watts. We're going to bring that down to like 35 to pulse it. Then we're going to take our ceramic tweezers here. We're just going to pulse this baby up. As you can see, it's not perfect, so we're going to pulse it. We're going to squeeze it. Pulse, squeeze, pulse, squeeze, pulse, squeeze tightly. And look what we got there already. Oh. And I think we've got a perfect pulsing coil. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just take our wire snippers and we're going to cut these leads here. We're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. When I finish that, bring it back to you guys and show you how. Alright guys, so basically got that sucker on. Got both of these coils burning evenly. So now what we're going to do is wick this sucker up. Here we've got some Master Clouds. It's 20-piece Japanese 100% organic cotton. What we're going to do is we're just going to do a, just do Swedish roll. I'm not going to really go in depth on it, but basically take any of the cotton that you want. I'm going to wick it right now, or I'm going to build it right now, put it on how I want it, and then we'll put it in for you guys. But yeah, just do any type of cotton way of wicking you want to do, but basically the main thing I want to show you is how to wick it in so you don't get any drippage. So we're going to put it into the device, cut it and everything that I need to do, and then I'll just show you how to move it into the well. That way you're not getting any leakage to the bottom airflow. Alright, so as you can see, I have a Swedish roll, or Scottish roll, actually, that's what it's called. And as you can see, it's nice and fat on both sides. I'm just going to show you guys on one side what I like to do. So I'll take it with my tweezers, and I will stick that baby right into the juice well. Just like that. And then once you wet it, it gets a little easier so you don't get it over the air holes, or the cotton over the air holes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Is just stick cotton right into the air hole, or to the juice well, like that. You don't want it covering the bottom airflow, like right over it. You want it into the juice well as best as you can get. As you can see, that's actually perfect. You can see those 3 air holes. Do the same thing to the other side, juice it up, and then get back to you guys and go to FaceTime and vape it. Alrighty guys, so I now have evenly placed all this cotton here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drip it up with some cocoa nutcase. The Riddler from Free Cigs. Amazing flavor. It's like it's a chocolate peanut butter type vape. And what you're going to do is when you start this, see, I dripped a little bit. That's okay. You just got to make sure you get it. When you first wick this, you're probably going to get a little bit down that bottom airflow. But that's a given. Because you know it's there. But after your first drip, that's just because your juice doesn't soak in the cotton right away, because the cotton's kind of it's absorbent, but not as absorbent after it is saturated with juice. It has to saturate it first. So we're just dripping some of this flavor on here, this juice. It's a really good juice flavor. I like it a lot. You're still gonna need your tweezers for this part, okay? Your little tweezers, whatever tweezers you use. I just use those. They came with a kit and they're perfect for this kind of cotton building, cotton wicking techniques here. So you're just gonna keep, sorry, that's kind of out of film there. I kind of forgot I was recording. Let's see if we can get that back in focus. There we go. Hold up. Let's get focus. Come on, stay in focus. There we go. So we just want to drip all this juice. Make sure it gets very saturated. All the juice you can get. You don't want to burn your coils and cotton the minute you build them. It's kind of out of focus there, but there we go. As you can see, they're pretty saturated now. Now that they are saturated, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that these are now tucked away nice and good as best as I can get them. Not over those air holes. You can see that air hole's free. I'm going to make sure it's tucked in there. Make sure that air hole's still free. Go to the other side. This side's already pretty good. There we go. Drip a little bit more on this one. And let's fire her up real quick. See how she fires up. Alright, she's a firing. Let's bring it back to FaceTime. Alrighty guys, so I have it all set up now, all cottoned up, did all the close-ups. Let's take a vape on it real quick. We're reading at 0.2 ohms, and I'm going to vape it at about 65.5 watts. See if you can get a good view there, let it focus in. I don't know if it's focusing, but I'm running on the Laissimo L1. This is not the touchscreen. 65.5 watts. With that build I just showed you guys how to do, the dual macro with 24 gauge Canthal. Let's take a vape. great vapor production, wonderful flavor. Pros: size, nice and small, compact. That's not really a big pro. It's kind of just a pro for me. I like the nice, small, compact 22 millimeter, nice and short. Another pro: the bottom airflow, huge pro. Amazing flavor, pro. Vapor production, pro. I can go on and on the list. The airflow, nice and easy. I like the 9 airflow hole design. That's also a pro. The Velocity style deck, a pro. So many pros, I can go on and on. The flavor is what really sticks out though. I like to close this thing up. I'm going to open it with just 3 holes. That bottom airflow gives off very dense vapor. Gives off a very dense vapor, very good flavor. This is a really good flavor and cloud RDA. Cons. The one con I can think of, there's not many. Maybe 2. One of them is kind of subjective. It's really not a big con. Probably not going to be able to fit fused Clapton on here. And another con, this is a con if you don't know what you're doing, is the bottom airflow. If you drip, it'll leak. But I've actually never had a leaking issue with this at all. If you wick it right, like I showed you how to wick it, and you drip it on there perfectly, and you have your coil set up right, everything will be 100% okay. So, do I recommend this RDA to anyone, beginner, intermediate, professional? I do. It's a very good flavor chaser, cloud chaser. Sorry about that. RDA. It kicks ass, puts out the vapor. Let's bring it up to 75 watts. Let's bring it up to 80, whatever. On 82 watts, we're going to open up the airflow fully on the top. You have the bottom airflow. Let's go. There you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed this first video on the review on the Indulgence Mutation X V4S. Please stay tuned for more videos. We're going to have a lot more reviews. So yeah, if you guys like it, please go down, drop a like on this video, subscribe for more, and leave a comment. I'll catch you guys later.